Hi, dear Vedic astrology friends. This is Linda of ourvedicastrology.com, and I welcome you for the next monthly forecast. It's for July 2025. Let's have a look what the stars have in store for us. First of all, my thanks and the assumptions. I thank my Vedic astrology teachers, especially Michael Arosami. I learned so much from him. Thank you. My assumptions are this is a purely Vedic astrology analysis, and I take the sidereal time calculation and the Central European time. Here we have the month of July 2025. On the left-hand side, you see the chart on the 1st of July, and on the right, you see the last day of July. It's the 31st of July, not the 30th, 31st of July. And you see that the planets changed a bit. And on the next side, we will have a look what changes and what it means. Significant changes. Yeah, you see some colors on the stars. And first of all, there could be a change of a presidency or a change of a political regime. Venus changes its sign. It changes into Gemini. Gemini is the house of communication and the house of trade. On the 1st of July, Venus is in conjunction to fixed star Algol, and it's one of the most violent and treacherous stars of the fixed stars we know. It has to do with losing the head, symbolically and literally. As Venus also stands for money, big money, in combination with this fixed star, there could be a huge loss of big money or of shares at the stock market or equity with huge with a huge value that drops. Venus is also the planet for airplanes and luxury cars, and also for example, cruise boards and cruise ships and things like that. And in combination with that fixed star, I hope it doesn't come into play, but in connection with this fixed star, we could expect something that has to do with a big loss or with an airplane that is shown to the world that could occur big damage to mankind or to special countries. The next thing is the next star I want to concentrate on is the Sun. The Sun changes its sign in the mid of July. Then we have Mercury. Mercury turns retrograde on the 18th of July, and it stays retrograde until the 10th of August. When Mercury is retrograde, then sometimes the internet doesn't function very well. There are misunderstandings in contracts. There are hidden paragraphs in contracts, or you don't understand the meaning of some important business cases, the way the business partner meant it. And so please be aware with Mercury retrograde, be aware of signing contracts and things that could last very long. Especially if you have Mercury direct in your birth chart. If you have Mercury retrograde in your birth chart, then Mercury retrograde this cycle from the 18th of July to the 10th of August is a good period for you because you are in the same energy. The next planet or a sign I want to concentrate on is Leo. Ketu. Ketu is stays in Leo, and Ketu in Leo has to do with a presidency or a king or a queen, somebody who is a boss or like a boss, a leader or political leader. And as Ketu takes energy out of it, out of the sign, out of the energy it's in, that means that there could be a change of a presidency or a change of a political regime, because the Leo is also the sign for boss, leader, political leader, or for example religious leader, or something like a king and something like that. As we have several wars going on in the world right now, it could affect the Middle East, that there could be a political regime change, for example. The next thing I want to concentrate on is Mars. Mars is conjunct Ketu around the 20th of July. And when you have Mars in conjunction with Ketu, there could be an aggression, an attack, or health problems for a person who is in a leading position, who is a leader, who is a president, a king, or something like that. And it could be that such a person is attacked or changes its political position. And with Mars, often it's force from the outside. There is something like an energy force that triggers this change, that gives a reason, an event, that a change would happen. So be aware, there could be some political leader changes or change of a king or queen. Yeah, so someone in a leading position might change. And it's such a big change that the person is worldwide known. Then Mars also changes its position and goes into Virgo afterwards, after the conjunction with Ketu. Then we have Saturn. Saturn is still in Pisces. And Pisces, for example, stands for things like oil, water. And so that means that water events, for example, floods, could occur. Pisces also stands for things like religious convictions or belief systems. And with Saturn in it, there is something like a check, something like proving, is this still the right thing? Should there be changes? How are the structures? Is this still convenient? And there could be fights between religious parties or religious convictions or belief systems. how the world functions or should function, and so on. Moreover, Saturn is in conjunction to Neptune at the beginning of July. And there's Pisces stands for example, religious beliefs and things like that, or even the consciousness and things like that. And Neptune stands for things to disguise or to make things foggy, misty. That could be that there's also a disguise in belief systems, or we don't know everything about a belief system, how it works, what is behind, what are the reasons for its development, and so on. It's a bit foggy. We cannot see all. We cannot see the complete truth. And with Saturn, also the structures, the meaning behind, that's not really noticeable for us with the conjunction to Neptune. I think that's important to know because as there are some big events going on in the world, we hear several news in the media, but when we concentrate on the chart, then we should be aware we don't always know everything about a belief system, a religious structure, and so on and so on. We could be aware of this before we judge, for example, about anything. Still in July, Saturn is still close to fixed star Sheet. It's spelled S-H-E-A-T, and Sheet stands for extreme loss and for sorrow and pain, and also for things like grief. And as it is in Pisces, that means that there could be extreme loss, sorrow, pain, and grief in combination with belief systems and religious topics. Also, as Pisces has also to do with weather conditions like floods and very heavy rain and things like that. This could also cause big loss, sorrow, and pain. So we should be aware. Today we have politically unsecure times, and with the view of the astrological positions of the planets and of the North Node and South Node, Rahu and Ketu, we see the Kala Sapa Yoga, the so-called Kala Sapa Yoga. That means that the planets, the inner planets, are on one side of these North Node and South Node that you see in pink here. That means we could have unsecure political, geopolitical times and fast changes. With every news article, there is a new thought of how the world is going on and so on. That could remain until the 20th of July, because since the 20th of July, the Kala Sapa Yoga is disturbed, and one inner planet is on the other side of this theoretical axis. So until the 20th of July, the unsecure times could remain. So please, take a deep breath, and I hope times will get better. One last point is Uranus is still in Taurus, and Uranus is a planet of unexpected events. As Taurus stands, for example, for money, economy and the stock market, we could expect turbulent times regarding economy, the stock market, and so on. So if you are invested in the stock market, please be aware. There are people who earn a lot of money with this insecure, very volatile times. So have a look on it. Please be aware, and I wish you all the best. Bye bye.